given to her now based on sentiment. These are some of the challenges that women go through on a daily basis.
Gabriel.
And that is
all and more on Nigeria Info. Let's talk. The facts are glaring. It's point blank.
It's better to have little that there's blessings of God, that you have much more that there's no blessings of God.
But people need to see, know, and hear.
When you return that money, you hear the message.
Whatever is not yours, even if you kill yourself, it will not come. That's my opinion.
So do share the facts on Hard Fact.
Hard fact.
Hard Fact. 3 to 6 p.m. Live on 95.1 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
Hard Facts.
Hard Facts.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is about the best place you can be right about now. That I can assure you of, because we're about to have hard conversations, factual ones, because the show is Hard Fact. Welcome to the show. 14 minutes past 3 p.m. studio time right here in Abuja, the nation's capital, broadcasting to the rest of the world. Welcome. How are you doing? How's the day been so far? I hope the day has been going on well for you. Your job, your business, going about the city has been seamless. Welcome to the one again. You're listening to the voice of radio's finest prospector. And of course, Somi is very much in the building. And we get right into the big three, where we look at the three biggest conversation going on as far as the polity of the nation is concerned at this hour. Getting right into it. Good afternoon, Somi. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I was about to ask, did you sleep well? But they said we shouldn't be asking, did you sleep well? And it's
what they said you shouldn't be asking is, how was your night?
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead, ask me if I slept well. Ask me if I slept well.
Did you sleep well? We are far gone into the day already anyway, so...
It's a little too late.
Yeah, it is.
You're just seeing me. Courtesy demands.
Yeah, that can fly, that can fly.
Good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I was about to sing the song, but I just remember that there's a big one somewhere around the corner.
Sing the song.
Lady in red, Chimo. You need to see...
So the problem
is this red?
That's where I was going.
Oh, lady.
Sometimes guys just leave the colors alone.
Lady
when you see it and you think, once you're not sure,
this
just
looks
leave
like
it alone.
red.
But it isn't though.
I just don't like the fact that we have too many colors and too many names. It should be straightforward. Is it that it is red or wine? So I don't know. There's wine.
For you guys, it is.
There's
what I'm saying,
burgundy.
just leave it there.
There's maroon. I do not know the differences. So I'll categorize that as red so the song can fly. But I'll leave the singing to the big one so I don't get into trouble. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in high spirits because we come bearing good tidings. As far as business in the country is concerned, good tidings. We start with the show on that note because we're looking at the reports from the Central Bank of Nigeria cutting interest rates to 27%, first time in 5 years. That pause is intentional. I want it to sink in, all right? Because it looks like there's always one bad news every day, and we are doomsday prophets. We're always coming with bad news or one thing or the other, one killing or one kidnapping. So this is something to cheer about, ladies and gentlemen. So please, cheer, all right? CBN cut interest rates to 27%, first time in 5 years. According to the central bank, cutting its benchmark interest rate, known as the Monetary Policy Rate (MPR), for the first time in 5 years by 50 basis points to 27%. 50 basis points is an economic term for 0.5%. So it was 27.5% before, and now it drops to 27%. Now, I know you're wondering, why so much excitement for merely 0.5%? Well, those in economics will tell you that is a lot, especially when you're looking at, large sums of money. But I know you're wondering, how does this concern me? We'll get there in a bit. But to continue the report, it says, in the bid to stimulate economic growth amid slowing inflationary pressure, the CBN also adjusted the asymmetric corridor around the MPR at plus 250 / minus 250 basis points, adjusted the cash reserve ratio (CRR) to for deposit money banks to 45% from 50%, and retained the merchant bank or banks at 16%, and left the liquidity ratio unchanged at 30%. Also, the Apex Bank has introduced on 5% CRR for non-public sector deposits. The decision was announced by Olayemi Cardoso, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Some will say the governor who doesn't have a state. Not long after the conclusion of the 2-day Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja, saying the decision was based on sustained disinflation in 5 months due to or to support the efforts of the economic recovery. The last time the CBN reduced the MPR was in September 2020, when it was lowered from 12.5% to 11.5% to support the economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Since that time, the Apex Bank has mostly pursued a tightening cycle, raising interest rates in response to elevated inflation. Most recently, in September 2024, the MPR was hiked to 27.25% from 26.25% in May of the same year to rein in inflation and support exchange rate stability. All right, so that's where we are at the moment, 27% interest rate. And like I said earlier, in case you're wondering, how does this concern you? Well, eventually it is. I particularly think that it's coming in timely because one thing we do know is that when there's an increase in interest rates by the Central Bank of Nigeria, it trickles down to the SMEs. Borrowing rates increases, thereby many people are deterred from accessing loans. And an astute average businessman will tell you upscale your business, not with your money.
I'm sorry, just to be clear, you said borrowing rates increases, but people are deterred from accessing loans?
Yeah, what I meant by that is that when the interest rate increases, definitely you have fewer people trying to borrow money because they are deterred. Because when they look at it, okay, I have to pay XYZ extra amounts to borrow this amount of money, especially those that borrow at the large scale. Increase in interest rates deters people from borrowing. That's the honest truth. And then, I was reading up on this, and then I reiterated, someone who was writing about this, reiterated the fact that when this initially was done, so that there is not so much cash in society. When there's so much cash in society, the spending power increases. Spending power increases, people demand increases, and that leads to inflation, hiking price, because the higher the demand, the higher the price. So, in a sense, the CBN was trying to use this as well as other reasons to cut inflation in the country, but it had its side effects.
Are you talking about the increase in the MPR?
Yes, the increase, yes, in the MPR. It will have a side effect in that SMEs would struggle. When SMEs cannot access loans, they're definitely going to struggle because there's nowhere, if the interest rate is high, it deters businesses, deters people from borrowing. That is a given standard. But now that we see the reduction, hopefully this is at the end of the third quarter. We're looking at the fourth quarter of the year. If we're able to maintain this stability, according to the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, we are able to maintain that stability into the fourth quarter, which is one of the biggest seasons of the year in the country because a lot of spendings are done. I believe that it's going to provide some level of succor to the people looking at the festive season. Because, I was in Lagos a few weeks and I was around Jibo in the night. So you needed to see the amount of way bill that was being done from Lagos to other parts of the country. I'm not kidding you. In less than 40 minutes around Jibo Axis, I don't even know that area very well.
I'm familiar.
All right, awesome. In less than 40 minutes, I counted not less than 25 vans and buses, small buses, what they call the Hummer bus, and the J5s. Not less than 25 left that park. So
carrying persons?
No. Goods, just items, waybills, clothes, computers, machineries, name it. So it shows that that time of the season has come where there's a lot of demand of goods. So it means that businesses are, because we're getting to the season, businesses are picking up, and definitely this would also improve borrowing by SMEs. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm following.
All right, awesome. But then you might think of it as not a lot. 50 basis points, you might think of it as not a lot. But I'm very sure that to those that really, really are looking forward to things like this, they are going to be excited. If we can have 50 basis points, maintain the stability, who says that we cannot have further reduction of the interest rate? Our job here is to announce, and that we have done. So wait for your reaction. I mean, I was excited when I saw it, Somi.
I think the most exciting thing about the entire report is that projections are that they're hoping that it will continue to drop.
Exactly.
Because I feel like until we get to single digits, we're still in the frying pan.
I doubt.
More news and information coming up. Back in a moment.
Continued easing of the interest rate, I think, for me personally, to be excited in any way.
But I share your optimism. I hope that we have this continued, sustained reduction, but most importantly, stability. However, I don't think would get to, for us to have single-digit interest rates, that's a long time ago. As a matter of fact, under Buhari, it was about 12% thereabouts before pre-COVID, I remember.
So we're currently at almost twice that.
Yes.
So
No, we're more than twice that. But, you know, a lot has changed since then.
Okay, 27.
Yes, we have devalued the Naira. Before, they were shoring it off, calling it a name that it doesn't bear. Now, this is the exact state of the Naira. 1. 2, we've removed subsidy. So, I honestly do not think that we can get to single digit anytime soon, except the government, they intentionally increase output and productivity. Except that, I mean, we are still struggling with our refineries. As at yesterday or over the weekend, Otedola was asking DAPMAN members to go and buy, Port Harcourt refinery. That's where we are now. I still saw a report a few days ago about the turnaround maintenance cost on the refineries till date. And you would wonder why we're still spending money to maintain these refineries that are not exactly, yielding much. So our productivity level is still quite low as a nation. There's been talks about other forms of exports. You look at other items, non-oil exports. How well are we doing in that regard? Until we increase our productivity across the board. That's the honest truth. I don't see any way that, we can have that interest rate reduced drastically because it's where we are, basically. I don't know.
So by drastic, you mean single digit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if we were to drop down from a 27, where we currently are now, down to maybe around the fringes of a 12 or a 15, probably still.
That's a tall order.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like I said, projections are that it will continue to ease off, right? The interest rate will continue to be eased. Well, it does seem like a deliberate move because it's not that the forces of production and all what you have that bring the economy together are operating as they should be. What you have is a direct move by the CBN because they believe that they're starting to see progress as far as inflation rates coming down.
Yeah.
So it is a cut, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like it dropped. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know the economic terms here, but it's just like how there is a deliberate rebasing, for example.
Yeah.
That's what you're having here.
I get you.
It is a cut,
I get
right?
you.
So it is based on projections. They're positive that the economy is stable enough, is on a stable enough path to shift from fighting inflation to promoting growth. So perhaps going by this explanation here, if this is the projection and this is the hope, then what we will now expect, if we expect that these things will now continue to drop, like I said, to the fringes of maybe a 12 or a 15, are the elements you talked about, which is ramping up manufacturing and production and all of that.
Yeah.
But if all this is a cut with the hopes that they can start, we can, as a country, start promoting growth without actual plans to put that growth in motion, then that is when I would say that 12 and 15 is a tall order. I don't think it should be.
Again, I share your optimism, and I'm hoping that
Leave me at my optimism, because you apparently don't share it as much.
Yes, because I'm being a realist. I'm being a realist.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
With the reality that you're putting forward, you have said we need to ramp up production.
Exactly.
Get us to the point where we're exporting more.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Because what happened here doesn't seem to be that we're already having that in place.
Yeah.
And so they had to go and cut it or ease it off in the hopes that production is going to start. It's still on the government to ensure that they actually put the wheels in motion for that production to start. And if it does, really and truly in the next 2 years, I think we can be on course.
Is that point of if it does, that's where the optimism.
So your
I'm
realism
hoping that
here,
they will.
your realism here now is that as they've cut it, it's not looking like they're going to actually put the wheels in motion. So why should we dream those dreams? Why should we hope like that?
We started off this show on a bright note. We are happy, we're excited. I don't want to get into my paranoia.
No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and that's why we're having these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, when everything that makes an economy thrive is in place, it will thrive.
Yeah.
What we don't want, and why I'm saying what I'm saying here, is that we don't want grandstanding. We don't want, you come and make it look good on paper,
like a
without
mirage.
actually doing the thing. So
Exactly.
this is a call for the government to say,
To
okay,
do more.
you've eased it off. We're down by 50 basis points.
Yeah.
But all those other wheels that need to be set in motion have to be set in motion now.
So that it can get better.
So that it can continue to get better. It can be on a sustained path to reduction.
Why I am sharing optimism and I'm not exactly optimistic is because, first and foremost, for us to ramp up production so that our naira can get better value is we still have our insecurity. As a matter of fact, at the 4 o'clock hour, we'll talk about, kidnapping in the country. Kidnapping, rising insecurity, and the rest of it. So we still have insecurity issues. Our farmers cannot freely go to bed. Go to their farmlands. People can't go to bed with their 2 eyes closed. Until we stop playing politics with them, because everything at the end of the day, both fiscal policies and other civil policies in the country, they work together. They are interwoven, hand connected. So until we solve some of these issues, when we do that, we can then begin to grow our productivity, begin to manufacture more, begin to send finished items and not raw materials. Many of the things that we even do that we export today are the raw stage. When we can do a lot of processing here and get more value. And that is why I'm for one very excited that for the first time in a long time we got someone exporting PMS to the US. Over 300,000 barrels. I mean, that's good news. So we need more of that, away from the oil to other sectors, to mining.
So we're saying the same thing.
We are saying the same thing.
The only difference is that you're saying it with a hint and a side of pessimism.
I agree.
Okay.
Until they show us. I mean, we love this. We are thankful. We are thankful, but we want more. Okay. I don't think there's any problem in being all.
At least that we agreed on.
Yes, we want more. We want more.
So let's give the people more in terms of the conversations.
All right. Before we open up the phone lines, let's look at all the news. This one perhaps would excite you as well. Let's talk about what's the word now? Embattled. Well, no longer embattled. The senator representing what part of Kogi State now? Senator Natasha Akpoti-Dwanhan has assumed office after the expiration of a 6-month suspension. Now, this news broke just a couple of hours ago from the National Assembly. According to this report, she arrived at the National Assembly at about 1:10 p.m. this afternoon and was greeted by fans at the car park beside the arcade of the complex. She then proceeded to her office where she sat on her chair and addressed newsmen and well-wishers. In her address, she vowed not to apologize to the Senate if that is the condition for her return, saying that that will be apologizing for the injustice meted out to her. Akpoti-Dwanhan was suspended on March 6 for 6 months after a dispute with the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. So more details would definitely follow in the next coming hours. I'm sure by Morning Crossfire tomorrow would have more details because already it looks like we're expecting more news from this particular issue. The woman said she's not, if the resumption is hinged on her apologizing, they should forget about it. If you don't get it, forget about it. I'm sorry I'm trivializing the issue, but I'm excited she's back at work. But it looks like until this is truly over, it is not over yet. Because if the Senate President demands an apology, either officially or unofficially, in person or in plenary session, by the way, the National Assembly has extended their resumption by another 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
I couldn't read as to why that is so, but it is what it is. So, if the president of the Senate demands an apology either officially or unofficially, in person or in plenary session, she has already told us she's going to refuse, except indeed somebody goes over and says, and just whispers in her ear, Natasha, you're already here. Just apologize and let peace reign. She wouldn't. After all, she's come this far. So why would I apologize at this stage? Somi?
I mean, it's not just the oh, she's come this far. It's the fact that she, based on the suspension day when she was supposed to resume, she wasn't even allowed to resume, and there still was some back and forth going on behind the scenes and all of that. It just does seem like there's a travesty of justice, what has been done. And, we're just waiting to see, just like you said, there's more definitely brewing behind the scenes. We're waiting to see just how far, especially the leadership of the National Assembly, is willing to drag this out. It's gone on for long enough. It really has. There's no excuse why. I mean, it was when I first read the report before, even realizing that she had resumed. It was the very ceremonious unsealing of her office. It was like, oh yeah.
The sergeant in arms was there to court the
unsealed Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's office. I, Alabi, goes on to call his full name, hereby unseal the office. I'm like, are we serious? Are we serious as a people? Are we serious as a nation?
You think that this is the kind of reaction that should be that people that embezzle funds should get?
A lawyer had to threaten legal action against the clerk before the management now later came out to clarify that only the Senate president could approve her resumption. This is after a letter dated 4th of September, was written saying that she could not resume until the litigation was concluded or the Senate revisited the matter. It's just a whole lot. I don't know what this is now, what this show is, what it is to prove exactly, because it is just a travesty. That's all I'm saying on the matter. So let's wait and see. Let's watch what the proceedings are going to look like upon their resumption in 2 weeks' time. You can expect fireworks, but I hope that this time around, really and truly, they will focus on just delivering to the people that they're representing there, as opposed to all this, I don't know what to call it, show of power. I don't know what it is.
It's definitely show of power. I mean, it's definitely, there's no other way to call it. It's show of power. I mean, you've got to realize who is the boss here. And I pray, I hope the Senate President would not demand an apology. I think the woman has, I think she's been through a lot already.
I honestly thought that the entire apology thing was a precondition for her resuming before her suspension is over.
There was never
but
a
for her
point.
to have been suspended and will still be on condition of apologizing before she's allowed to fully...
No, we do not know for sure if there's a condition for her to apologize. She's saying...
That's I'm like, this conversation shouldn't be coming up at all, because from my understanding, it was a precondition for her to resume before her suspension was
So it means she didn't give it.
So let's hope it doesn't come up
I
again.
think she made it publicly, emphatically clear that she wouldn't apologize.
There was a
at any point in time.
rather sarcastic, very caustic apology that she put out, which was, of course,
Oh,
a
I
joke of an apology. It
remember
wasn't
that.
apology per se.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that entire conversation has died down. That it should just be, look, okay, you've done the time, even though it's not justified as to whether she did the crime, but she's done the time, she's back, and can we just get back to legislating and ruling and whatever it is that you want to call it.
Indeed. Should the Senate President demand an apology? She said if one is demanded, she isn't going to give it. Should she give it? 0700 951 0000 0809 597 4869 and WhatsApp is 0809 993 0137. Are you excited about the cuts of the interest rate by the MPC from the CBN? Are you excited about it? What's your take on it as well? Let's hear from you. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Gabriel. On the Somi afternoon.
Welcome.
This is Prophet Michael Timothy.
Go on, please.
There's this music from my tribe they call Akukom Mangotin and the Yard. Akukom Mangotin and the Yard. That is what has been happening in Nigeria. We are not serious people. I'm from the money policy. It's a wicked thing coming out from this government, from Buhari to this very one. If Tinubu retains his seat by 2027, what will happen in Nigeria will be times 7. Nigerians, we are going to, oh my God, it's not a good thing. For the senator, Natasha, let her not apologize to Senate President. For what reason?
All right. Thank you very much. Let's keep it at 90 seconds so that we can accommodate as many calls as possible. Hello.
Absolutely.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. My sister, Apen Somi.
Welcome, sir.
Good evening to you. Okay, afternoon. Sorry.
It's
not
okay. It's okay.
Okay. My name is Umar.
Umar, go ahead.
You see, Somi, I was somewhere like so many of us listen to this program. When I hear the clerk saying, he put like, okay, I unsealed Natasha Otis' office. That's born laugh for level 2. The 4 of us in the car, all of us burst laugh. Like, how do we get to this level? We not try to relate that one to what happened in River State. You understand? We're like, the same illegality in River State by bringing in social administration. I love other things. We're not discussing within ourselves. One, did Akpabio vote for Natasha, the Senate president here? Natasha is not representing Akpabio, but representing the good people of Kogi, is it Kogi West or Kogi whatever, Kogi State? Not representing Akwa Ibom State. No, Nigerian.
Okay.
You not sure who you are. You deprive the whole of his section representation in the Senate. Which law are they trading in the National Assembly?
All right, then. Thank you, Mark.
Illegalities everywhere.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Umar. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Gabriel. I'm calling from the Kukuma.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to comment on Senator Natasha. I want to tell her that I'm very proud of her and there is no what is she going to apologize for? The amount of double jeopardy is suspended her for 6 months, no more than 6 months. For what grounds? I want to tell her she should not apologize to anybody. They've done their work. And if they want to go further, then they will see everybody's home. Because they're not the only ones that are stubborn. Thank you and God bless.
All right. Thank you so much. Precise, straight to the point. Do not apologize. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Gabriel.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. Good to have you here, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Jafar Abdullahi.
Okay.
I want to talk about 2 issues. One, the economy, and 2, about Natasha. And I have a small thing about economy. Like when the CPN want to contract the economy, they raise up interest rate. And when they want to expand the economy, they reduce the interest rate. Now they have reduced it from 27.5 to 5.5 to 27. It's only 0.5. And I don't think 0.5 will make the difference. If you really want to contract the economy or to expand the economy, it has to be something like 10%. It has to be something like 10%, which will be around 24% or thereabout, or 23%. That is what is going to stimulate borrowing. Because when the interest rate goes down, people will trigger themselves to go out and borrow.
Yeah.
Banks borrow between one another.
Yeah.
and CBN in other countries also come and go.
Yeah.
So you see, if you really want to stimulate the economy, you have to bring it to something like 10%.
Okay.
So that is that for the economy. And the issue of Natasha.
Okay.
When, it is not that you're going to give Natasha another suspension. Why after the imposition of your children measure given to her, you are trying to stop her from revealing? Are you giving her another suspension?
All right,
You're
then.
telling her to apologize. I mean, you have done your worst.
All right. Thank you so much. You've done your worst. So
What's up here? Mecca from Airport Road says it is ridiculous to be fighting inflation or trying to reduce inflation by increasing interest rates in a country that is import dependent with low productivity and devalued currency. The truth is that what they give as the current inflation rates are far from the realities. Did the inflation ever reduce as they kept increasing interest rates? The inflation rather increased because the manufacturers and importers who borrow at high interest and pay increased port charges transfer all expenses into the goods. That's his message there. This one here says the irony of it all, Somi and Gabe, is that the same person who asked us whether not data I go chop is now churning out all kinds of data for us to believe they have anything to offer. Wonders shall not expire. Did they have any option than Natasha to resume her duties? The shenanigans surrounding the unsealing is befuddling. Nigerian cruise deliverance is coming, the Patriot says.
all right, Chima from Apo says, good afternoon, Gabby and Somi. The CBN governor did well by reducing liquidity and interest rate to reduce inflation and encourage businesses to grow. Our businesses will grow better when we have single-digit interest rates. Gradually, we will reach there. Chima from Apo, just reiterating your comments, Somi.
Jay from Gariki, radio's finest, and to me, there's nothing to jubilate about. Any monetary policy change that doesn't reflect any policy change that affects our income and payment is an audio thing, I beg. She says, in Somi's words, we are not yet properly positioned to move forward, period. As opposed to radio's finest, I cannot find the excitement yet. And she wraps up by saying Senator Natasha has certainly not applied 6 months. A joke to them. They have decent representation for 6 whole months. Meanwhile, they have deflected investigation. P.S. I'm popcorn ready for part.
Hopefully, there's no part 2. St. Gabriel, good afternoon. Mike from Abuja, please, why should Natasha apologize? What actually did she do? We have a bunch of misguided leaders in our political space with the psychophant followers. Who is even the clerk and will give him the authority to make such an audition?
No, wait. No, said it was very ceremonious, but please, let's leave him out of this. As he says, he's acting on instruction.
Yeah, I don't have made him receive stray bullets. So.
No, not necessarily.
Moses from Kwali says, I'm not excited about the reduction of interest rate by 50 basis points. It is negligible that it can't put cheaper food on our Nigerian table. This is quite disheartening. Oh, well, it's a 6 and 9 perspective issue. You can choose to be excited or not. All right, let's look at some of the messages from socials. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Ruben Madubuke, we see you. Welcome on board, Gabriel. Listening with the radio is faster and here is slow. Good job, Nigeria Info. Well, it's on the internet, so you'd have a few minutes like that, which are normal. Greetings to you, Madam Somi, and your colleague Gabriel. How is work going? Keep up the good work. Where is the Oracle? The Oracle is locked up in admin work. All right. Joseph Eliajo says, well done work, Somi and Gabriel. Where's Kim? Kim is very much around. Let's look at, this is Facebook, YouTube. All right.
I have some voice notes. I think we can play 1 or 2 before we go on the commercial break. Let's play from there. A bit slow here. All right. Again, we are talking. We still have one more story to go.
Yes, we do.
We'll take that one right after the commercial break. But let's listen to the voice notes first. There we go.
Good afternoon, Madam Swat. How is work? My name is Sunday. I'm calling you from Jai.
Hello, good afternoon. My question is that he should please tell us how much was interest rate in May 29, 2023. How much was interest rate that somebody is sitting down celebrating? True that they say that the call God position civil society of Nigeria. There's no more civil space. They've conquered them. No more any party, no more any opposition. and no more press. There are no more trends to get celebrating. How much was interest rate government took over? Now, please, sir.
Why so upset, sir? Apparently, you only listened to a part of the conversation.
Yes, he did. Or he chose to pick on the part that excites him. Our happiness is free, first and foremost, sir. Dear sir, you can choose to accept or not. That is true. If you did listen to the end of the conversation, you more heard when I am celebrate, or let me not use that. Maybe that's a problem. We are thankful.
My brother, celebrate with your full chest.
For the reduction. No, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not exactly celebrating. Because I also mentioned my pessimism.
Obviously,
in that,
that's why I say he didn't listen to the entire conversation.
That we hope that this can continue if we are able to do more work, which I think I see that concerted effort from them to ensure that this increases and we can get to single digits in a number of months or even years. So
it's your happiness, my brother. Be happy. Let's go on a quick break.
More talk, news, and sports after this.